You know, most kids would be excited about it. I'm around grown women, and I'm seeing them do things, and
The rumors keep mounting about rapper Diddy's parties.
The allegations are absolutely horrific.
The parties had a reputation for being filled with drugs, orgies, and suspicious behavior around children.
Breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. You still have beautiful parents, but you're my child also.
Now, how the did the Me Too movement miss this?
Man. Where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I don't have legal guardianship of him. I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album.
Being one of the most iconic artists in the world, only to carry a burden so heavy that it brings you to tears years later. That's exactly what happened when Usher, known for his smooth voice and dazzling performances, broke down in a shocking confession about his past. But this wasn't just about fame, fortune, or music. It was about deeply troubling experiences tied to his mentor, Diddy, and the unimaginable situations he says he was forced into.
Papa don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa don't hit me no more. Let's go. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. Hey, 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 yeah. Yeah.
He claimed Diddy played a pivotal role, allegedly using power and manipulation to orchestrate encounters with some of the industry's biggest names. These aren't just rumors. Usher's first-hand account has sent shockwaves through Hollywood and reignited conversations about exploitation, power, and silence in the music industry. Why is Usher speaking out now? What exactly happened behind the glitzy facade of Diddy's infamous parties? And how does this revelation connect to the larger patterns of abuse and control we've seen across the entertainment world? Stay tuned as we uncover the emotional, social, and cultural layers of Usher's story, the names he's bravely calling out, and the deeper truth about power dynamics in Hollywood. This is one story you won't want to miss.
People claim that Usher allegedly got uncomfortable after speaking to Diddy at the dinner table.
It's nothing like fellowshipping, you know? Right. So we see each other around, but we don't get it. Usher, how you been, man? I've been seeing you so long.
How much did we drink?
You don't even know what's going on. You trying to say something, Usher?
I'm trying to say something.
What do you want to say?
I don't know if I should, but I'm trying.
Well, you drank that beer, you drank 2 shots of tequila.
Yeah, right.
You drank 1 Kuiper Roche.
When we say fire it up?
Yeah.
That's your group, right? Fire it up.
I like the
fire up.
Your forehead is sweating like Uncle Leroy. It's hot as hell.
It ain't that hot.
What's more?
Usher's emotional revelation, breaking the silence. Usher's heartfelt confession was a moment that no one saw coming. Sitting in an intimate interview setting, his voice trembled as he shared deeply personal experiences that had haunted him for years. The tears that rolled down his face mirrored the weight of his words, revealing a history of coercion and manipulation that many had suspected but never fully understood.
as a result of being around that man, Sean Puffy Combs, I don't sleep to this day. I have a problem sleeping to this day. I got it from him. I mean, this is a dude who just never slept. He's probably the first one to get up and the last one to go to sleep. So at the age of 8, 9, I began to ask myself, like, what am I gonna do with my life? Who am I gonna be? Am I gonna be a teenager who sleeps on my mom's couch, looking for, a menial job that, will at least give me enough to just pay for gas to get there and from every day? No, I want to do something that I feel is going to take my mom out of here and hopefully put us in a better situation.
Usher opened up about the disturbing events at Diddy's infamous parties. He described scenarios where he felt pressured into uncomfortable situations, sharing that these experiences went beyond the usual excesses of celebrity life. Usher detailed how he and other young artists were allegedly coerced into situations orchestrated by Diddy, mentioning that these moments left lasting scars on his psyche.
Most kids would be excited about it. I'm around grown women, and I'm seeing them do things, and
The rumors keep mounting about rapper Diddy's parties.
The allegations are absolutely horrific.
The parties had a reputation for being filled with drugs, orgies, and suspicious behavior around children.
Breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. You still have beautiful parents, but you're my child also.
Now, how the did the Me Too movement miss this?
Where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I don't have legal guardianship of him. I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album.
When asked why he chose to speak out now, Usher explained that he could no longer remain silent while others continued to suffer similar fates. He cited the courage of other whistleblowers in the entertainment industry as inspiration, stating, "If my story can protect even one young artist from going through what I endured, then it's worth it." Behind the scenes, Diddy's alleged parties. Diddy's extravagant parties have always been the stuff of legend, attracting A-list celebrities and music industry elites. But behind the glitz and glamour lay a darker reality, according to Usher and others who have spoken out. These parties allegedly involved activities that pushed boundaries, creating an atmosphere of secrecy and power imbalance.
Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Let's go. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. Hey, hey, hey.
Usher's claims were not isolated. Other individuals, including industry insiders like Gene Deal, have described similar scenes from Diddy's parties, alleging that coercion and exploitation were common. These accounts paint a troubling picture of an environment where attendees felt powerless to resist.
Nothing like fellowshipping, you know, so we see each other around, but we don't get it. Usher, how you been, man? I've been seeing you so long.
How much did we drink? My forehead is sweating like Uncle Leroy at the dinner table. It's hot as hell. It ain't that hot.
Much more sauce?
As a young artist under Diddy's influence, Usher detailed how he found himself drawn into these gatherings. He described the psychological tactics allegedly used to keep attendees compliant, from peer pressure to promises of career advancement. For Usher, these moments represented a loss of innocence and trust, a culture of coercion, Usher's struggles. Usher's testimony delves into the subtle yet powerful ways he felt manipulated. He recalled how partygoers were made to feel that their careers depended on their participation, creating a toxic cycle of compliance. It wasn't just about the music, it was about control, he said, highlighting the pervasive culture of coercion in Diddy's circle. The emotional toll of these experiences was profound. Usher admitted that the memories haunted him for years, impacting his confidence and mental health. He spoke about feelings of isolation and shame, noting that the pressure to stay silent only worsened his internal struggles.
I know, and people know, that was around in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now I let Usher explain that to y'all. I let Usher tell that story. But how dare you say a man that groomed you, you gonna give him a pass? Bruh, you know I know. Let me reframe you on something. Remember Usher? We was at the Swiss Hotel.
While Usher has enjoyed immense success, he reflected on how these early experiences influenced his professional journey. He hinted that his compliance during these moments might have been seen as a rite of passage in the industry, but it came at the cost of his emotional well-being. Diddy's alleged role, patterns of control. Usher's revelations echo a broader narrative of exploitation and control surrounding Diddy. Past allegations from figures like Cassie and Aubrey O'Day describe similar environments of manipulation, suggesting a troubling pattern in Diddy's behavior. Insiders like Jaguar Wright have also weighed in, corroborating aspects of Usher's story. Wright has spoken extensively about the darker side of the music industry, often pointing to Diddy as a central figure in enabling harmful practices. These voices add credibility to Usher's claims and highlight systemic issues in the industry. Diddy's influence extended beyond his personal actions. Usher pointed out how the enablers in Diddy's circle contributed to perpetuating this environment. Whether through silence, complicity, or active participation, these individuals helped create a system where abuse of power went unchecked. One of the most chilling aspects of Usher's testimony was his mention of non-disclosure agreements, NDAs. He suggested that NDAs were routinely used to silence victims and protect powerful figures, creating an almost impenetrable barrier to accountability. Public and media reactions to the allegations. Usher's revelation ignited a firestorm across social media platforms. Hashtags like #JusticeForUsher and #ExposeDiddy began trending as fans rallied behind the singer. Others questioned the timing of Usher's statements, suggesting ulterior motives. The debate has been heated, with opinions sharply divided. The entertainment world has been unusually quiet in the wake of Usher's confession. While a few industry figures have expressed support, many have chosen to remain silent, likely wary of the potential fallout. This silence speaks volumes about the fear and complicity that still linger in Hollywood.
You've been able to speak to your son.
What did you say to him when you visited him in court? Is he doing? How are you feeling today?
All right, welcome back to Law and Crime, everybody. So we are covering this live hearing that is happening downtown in federal court in Manhattan regarding Sean Diddy Combs. There was a hearing, short hearing between the prosecution, the defense, and the judge regarding evidence, regarding discovery in this case, and it seems it's progressing its way towards a May 5th, 2025 trial date, but I'm not going to talk about it myself. I want to bring on Elizabeth Milner, who is actually in that courthouse for us. Elizabeth, so good to see you. So two things for you. A, if you could briefly describe what the scene looked like, and more specifically, what did you observe of Sean Combs, who was in that courtroom? And B, what happened in court? What were the big takeaways?
Hey, Jesse. Great to see you as always. Today was a little bit different in that I got to the courthouse got inside the courthouse, I should say, about 15 minutes before 1 p.m. That shows you how early I was in there. And I was actually surprised to see watching everything that's going on. Now, when Christian and Justin came inside that courtroom, they were actually sitting just right across from me over on the left side of the gallery. So what I was seeing from both of his sons was a little bit of leg shaking, what I perceived to be a little prayer right before the hearing had actually started as well too. But again, I think their focus was maintaining a good face for their father, being supportive of their father, which you expect at this point because they've attended pretty much all of the hearings so far, with the exception of that emergency hearing that happened, I believe, back in October now.
Public reactions have ranged from outrage to skepticism. Supporters see Usher's courage as a step toward accountability, while critics question why these revelations are coming to light now. This divide underscores the complexities of addressing historical abuses in an industry built on secrecy. For Diddy, the fallout has been swift and severe. Once celebrated as a mogul and cultural icon, his reputation is now under intense scrutiny. Brands and collaborators are reportedly reconsidering their associations, signaling potential long-term damage to his career. The road ahead, healing and accountability. For Usher, the path forward involves healing and reclaiming his narrative. He expressed hope that sharing his story would inspire others to come forward, creating a domino effect of accountability in the industry. The revelations could have significant legal and professional implications for Diddy. If others come forward with corroborating accounts, it may lead to lawsuits or further investigations, challenging the impunity that has long protected powerful figures in Hollywood.
And someone who was worth hundreds of millions, even a reported $1 billion before, do you think it'll present any type of problem that he could end up getting any type of special treatment?
Certainly, there could be staff who admire him, sycophants who want to kiss up to him in predictable fashion because he's a celebrity. There will be some prisoners totally enamored by him. Some won't care. So you could expect at some point prisoners could offer, it could be drugs. We see iPhones that are very pervasive inside of these prisons. It's been a huge problem for the Federal Bureau of Prisons. So it's also going to ensure that he doesn't, Oscar Wilde said he could resist anything but temptation. If there's temptation presented to him and he gives in, what does that do? It could exacerbate his struggles because the government can say he can't even control himself in a lockdown environment. That's why he's not free, Your Honor. So temptations eventually will make its way to him, potentially from staff and prisoners. And if he cares most about his family and getting the best outcome possible, it's going to require him to say, no, thank you.
And like I had mentioned before, I'm sure Diddy and his defense attorney were both left stunned, knowing that he'll now have to prepare for his trial behind bars as he wasn't given bail. What can you tell us about a high-profile celebrity like Diddy now having to prep for trial in a federal detention center?
I think it was the philosopher George Santayana that said, those who don't understand history are doomed to repeat it. So we have these high-profile celebrities, Elizabeth Holmes, Sam Bankman-Fried, Robert Menendez, who was convicted at trial, tried to blame the conviction or the conduct on his sick wife. So we have those who have come before us who continue to go down this path of blaming and excusing, never identifying with victims, or at least acknowledging they could have done anything wrong. And I would say, if that's what you want to do, cool. Own it and understand the consequences that follow. So there are probably enablers, lawyers, friends, and family telling him what he wants to hear at great expense. Though if convicted, he's the one that has to serve that lengthy federal prison sentence. He's the one that will endure that pain and regret of not having made better decisions, including decisions he could make right now.
What's going on, Jamie?
I don't know. There's a lot going on. A lot of rumors are flying.
The rumors are that Diddy was running some kind of Epstein type deal where he was filming everybody, right?
That's the rumors. Yeah, I don't know that there's any proof or anything.
Dude, when Homeland Security invades your house,
you got problems
with dudes with guns and body armor.
Someone said that they weren't there to take stuff. They were there to delete everything. Like the real people that were in there, you know.
Oh,
like
that's
the same
funny.
thing with Epstein.
Oh, that's funny.
The outpouring of public and professional support for Usher has been a silver lining in this saga. Advocacy groups and fans alike have rallied behind him, emphasizing the importance of listening to survivors and holding perpetrators accountable. Usher's story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked power and the need for systemic change. It highlights the importance of creating safe spaces for artists to thrive without fear of exploitation. As the music industry grapples with these revelations, one thing is clear: this is not just Usher's fight, it's a fight for justice and transparency across the board. What we've uncovered today isn't just Usher's story, it's a reflection of the power dynamics that dominate the entertainment industry. From his emotional confession to the shocking details about Diddy's alleged role, Usher's brave decision to speak out reminds us of the importance of transparency and accountability.
Disgraced music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, once known for his lavish lifestyle and living large in his multi-million-dollar mansions, has a new home as he awaits trial in his federal sex trafficking case. Last week, the Bad Boy Founder's defense team unsuccessfully fought to keep the music producer out of federal jail after his arrest. Now his new digs once house other high-profile inmates, including R. Kelly, Fetty Wap, Sam Bankman-Fried, and Ghislaine Maxwell. Diddy is currently housed at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York, a stark difference from the glitz, glamour, and wealth in Hollywood and Star Island in Miami Beach, Florida. But MDC Brooklyn has been described as hell on earth, with horrifying conditions. The facility, which now houses Diddy, opened in the early 90s and is the only federal jail in New York City after the Bureau of Prisons closed its Metropolitan Correctional Center in 2021 after many issues came to light in the wake of Jeffrey Epstein's suicide just 2 years earlier.
There's no question. People who know they're going to prison who have been on medications, either illegal or illegal, it would be wise to understand the Bureau of Prisons might not prescribe you what you like. And if you're taking illegal drugs, unless you're engaging in the prison hustle, you're not going to get it. It would be easier to get the drugs and engage in the prison hustle in general population, but not when you're on lockdown for 23 hours a day. So certainly it is a brutal adjustment if you are on no drugs, but certainly if you are withdrawing, isolated 23 hours a day without getting things that you can get the snap of a finger, it makes the decision or the process that much harder, which is why I can assure you, based on what happened with Epstein, the high profile nature of the failures of this prison in the past, including some judges not even sending prisoners there because they were so concerned about their safety, you can expect staff is watching him, not 22, 23, 24 hours a day. They do not want more problems.
And this is a man going from private chefs and food from across the world to a set menu just like any other detainee or inmate.
As fans and advocates for justice, we must continue these conversations, not just for Usher, but for every artist who has felt silenced or powerless. Let's hope this revelation sparks real change in the way we protect young talent and hold those in power accountable. What do you think about Usher's story? Do you believe it's time for the industry to face a reckoning? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video informative and impactful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support means the world to us, and it helps us bring more stories like this to light. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Stay safe, stay informed, and never stop questioning the truth.